Hi, it's Susie from Pink Diamond Guide. How is everybody?
Hello, hello.
Yes. Drag you in give us a bit of an update with what's
Yep.
going on with the masculine energy. Because we've had a bit of a time of it, hey,
Uh,
like over the past month or so.
we've been in that run situation.
Yeah, the
Run, run, run.
we just we barely talked to each other for a month, even though we're living in the same space. So it's been a bit of a journey for us over the last month, but we've come out of it with so many epiphanies, so much determination to figure out the next chapter together, and onward and upward with the next part of our journey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe some of them felt the same way, like
yeah, for sure, for sure,
lost.
across the collective. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a tough one. Hey, like September's
Sorry,
energy.
Susie. Yeah.
September's energy, and October was we've all been sitting waiting for this October energy to shift and change and grow, and we finally got to the middle of the month energy, and well, it certainly presented in our space with change, that shift, that reset, that reviewing energy all came into play without deciding where we wanted to go forward, and hitting the reset button on the dramas. So
Yeah. And far, I mean, like, I don't know, but it was a shit month. Like,
it was hard, eh?
it was hard, man. Like, I
Yeah,
thought that was it. Like, that was it. There was no more. See you
yeah.
later. Goodbye. Thank you very much. Come again. Don't come again. And the next minute, bang, showed up right on time.
Right on
I
time.
don't know how she knew it or how the universe knew it, but obviously it was supposed to show up on time,
Yep.
right on time, wasn't late.
No, not by a minute. He showed
Yeah.
up right on time.
And tell you what, it was shit.
It was not fun. It was and I do think that the divine masculine had a tougher run in some ways. However, this energy played out for divine feminine, there was a certain disconnect that played out that was
Oh,
necessary.
a certain disconnect.
There was
Man, I couldn't even ask for a damn stapler.
it got tricky. It got tricky.
Couldn't even ask for a damn stapler. That's how like disconnect that was. Like, woo,
Yeah, it really got tough. But one of the things that we said is that this time I couldn't save the energy. I couldn't walk in and fix it and save it. So in that, I was learning to give less,
do less. Yeah.
and he was learning to give more to the mission. And we've done a bit of an opening reading here about laying the baseline for the. I've been loving these cards lately, and I've just been getting them out before the reading just to get like the baseline energy and seeing how it's moving with the cosmos. And these cards are actually moving pretty beautifully with the cosmos. So the push from the universe here is equality. Then we've got the energy. Yeah, we've been fighting hard for it in the best kind of way in balancing masculine and feminine energies.
Yep.
Um, and then we've got this one here, which was what my
Rescue and confrontation.
confrontation. Yeah, so it is going into. But look at this. See this card. Look, honestly, these two don't look like they're in a whole lot of confrontation, do they? They look like they're the confrontations that they're going through are designed to get them into a better place. In the soul space, there we've got the energy of faith, and I think one of the big things we've recommitted to is our faith in Christ and our that He leads our relationship. And when we get back into that space, we do much better with each other. Um, this one over here was
Cleanse and focus.
cleanse and focus. So that comes in as the challenge. And what I love, look at this butterfly on this card, right? And this was we kept talking about the fact that and I even like that the lemon's there. It's a little bit sour. But like when you were in that space and you were really, really fighting to want to fly again, I couldn't come and rescue. This time you had to have your own fight and come out of it and fly. And that has been a challenge.
Mm.
And on the other side of it, now we're in those better energies that are more about disentangling what we've been through. The challenge is to actually fly and enjoy the flight.
And you had to like. It took you to walk away, like not walk away, but that's what it felt like. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it took for you to do that for me to like grow.
Yeah.
and learn.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would have been just the same old routine of,
Around and around we go again.
yeah, I go
Yeah.
and do my own crap,
Yeah.
and you come and fix it and say sorry, and then I'll be sweet. Let's do it again.
And each time we go through those cycles, we get better. But
It wasn't.
this one
I,
was a doozy, hey?
yeah, I didn't like because I just let you fix everything,
Yeah.
and then I didn't learn from any of it. So
Yeah.
the disconnect that you did was like awesome. It was shit, but it's good. It's awesome.
Yeah. And
Thank
this
you.
is one of the tough things in a twin flame journey is understanding that God puts us on our own sometimes by necessity, and that in those separation windows is where we get our most growth. And it's hard to be grateful for it when you're in it because it hurts so much.
Oh
But when
yeah.
you come out the other side of it and you understand, look here, the push from spirit in this card is the shadows and conditional love. So it's really getting into those parts of the scenario that spirit is asking you to understand how you show up for each other and where are the challenge points. And sometimes you've got to sit in the shadows, and the contrast between the light and the dark is where you get your truth, is where you get your growth, is where you get your process. And as the outcome in this reading, it's got life's
Perspective.
mission. Yeah.
Uh,
So and we've come out of this, or we're coming out of this. We're still working at it. Like we've had. Oh my gosh, are you talked out yet? We've been talking and talking and talking
yeah.
and talking.
And
Um,
that's what the outlet meant was communication. Oh,
we've been
someone that doesn't know how to talk had to learn how to talk.
talk, and it
And
has sort of brought about like that mission energy, hasn't it? Of
yeah,
going, this is where
and
we're headed.
like, but actions are a form of communication.
Yeah,
I learned that one.
yeah. You've come out of this with so many epiphanies, so many things about the way that you are thinking, talking, moving, processing. It's more than you dare to hope for when you go through a separation phase and you come out the other side and hear the growth that's occurred. It's sometimes like I honestly, it's more than I could have hoped for that we're untangling the energy that the way that we are. So that's an introduction to our reading. So what we want to do is have a really good look at how the cosmos is moving for divine feminine, how it's moving for divine masculine. We're going to say what would divine masculine say if he could, and then we'll look at some divine love oracle, and let's get ourselves a reading. Let's see what's going on
What
collectively.
retrograde stuff are we in?
Oh, you want to know what's going on cosmically?
Yeah.
The big thing that we're going through is just been through the eclipse, right, which was this weekend. So really it's the big reset button. This is the energy that we've been experiencing of going, let's hit a reset on everything that we're thinking, feeling, moving through, going through. And of course, all twins are in different phases of their journey. So for some, it will bring about unions. For some, it will just bring the next level of ascension. So don't panic if your twin hasn't come back under this energy. Keep moving, keep doing your work because twins come together in waves that are task oriented, not time oriented. So if it's not your time yet, don't panic, just keep doing your work. But under this solar eclipse, this is the big energy that we're under, and it's a reset energy. So what we'll be moving through over the next couple of weeks is really more detoxing, a little bit of power struggle energy of figuring out masculine, feminine energies, which is why you've got this equality push on. And look, it is also an energy that's designed to be lucky in love, right? So that would be the big energy that we're under. We've also just had Mars move into Scorpio, which really is a time to recommit to what you're passionate about, right? It's bringing your major passions forward, and it's recommitting to the things in your life that you're passionate about. Like for me, it's you and our journey. So it's
Yeah.
like, but if you're in a different phase of your twin flame journey, it could be right now I'm recommitting to meditating every day. Right now I'm recommitting to making Christ consciousness my focus. Whatever it is that brings your passion forward. If you want to go, I'm recommitted to my twin flame journey, exactly where I am in the journey, even if it means my twin flame is not here by my side. I'm recommitted to the process and the The separations are powerful, and
Trust the process.
trust the process.
If you're the one that fixes everything and you have to like disconnect for a bit, trust the process that mother trucker be learning.
It's happening on the other side, right? And that's the toughest thing to believe, is that we're doing all this work on this side, and on the other side of the connection, that work is actually occurring. But the reason we come forward and do the readings that we're doing is to say that we're not immune from the ascension process of the collective, and that we still go through the push and pulls of trying to hold our union together, but we now trust the process. And I said to Ricky, I said, if you didn't show up somewhere around the 15th of the month, or the 13th of the month, with some kind of plan to move this forward, I think I would have lost the plot. I think and I spoke about it in previous readings, going, who knew whether we'd come out of this in a healthy way, or whether this would be done so forever.
Yeah.
I trusted the process, and I kept doing my work and trusting that somewhere over there he was learning something too. And you come out the other side and go, thank you for the separation, divine. You had time to work with us on our own, and now we've come out stronger and better. Our frequency is more aligned with the twin flame union than it's ever been before. So whether it brings your person in or not, trust the process of separation. It's a powerful, powerful thing. It's not designed to destroy you. It's designed to ascend you. So if you can trust the process, that would be our message to anyone who's going through this incredible journey. Trust the process.
Trust the process.
It's a heck of a ride.
If you got more questions, feel free to like comment on the video and like ask a question.
Yeah. And I think you're getting more confident in answering them too. Hey, like finding different little inspirations to add.
Yeah.
All right, shall we look at divine feminine?
We shall.
Oh, I love it. Look at these 2 of cups come straight in. So we've got 2 of cups. We've got the tower energy there. What have we got in the soul space? We've got the 6 of cups. We've got the challenges being the hanged man. We've got the advice from spirit being the Queen of Wands, and the likely outcome, the 8 of Wands. Underneath the deck, 8 of Cups, Judgment card, 4 of Wands, 4 of Cups, King of Cups, and the Lovers. Oh my gosh, how much does Spirit want us to move into this happier, lighter energy? It's been brewing and brewing and brewing. And again, if this is not you two in union, just know that you've moved into the next phase of your journey, and where it's going to move into a lighter energy, where you just get to feel more love in your day-to-day journey, and you'll have more understandings. Look, what we've got here is the Lovers, the King of Cups, and the 4 of Cups. Now, what we had as a push there is an idea that we're trying to move into some level of equilibrium. So questions for the feminine, and I love the King of Cups because it really is the balanced version of twin flame energy. It's a very strong masculine energy with a very strong feminine energy. So the King is the action-oriented energy, and the Queen is the Cups is the feminine, nurturing, loving, kind energy. Now, the King of Cups can be seen as a bit of an indecisive energy, and the Lovers can be about choices as well. Sorry about that. We just had to have a little break. The microphone just dropped out, but we're back. So what I was saying is what we've got here is decisions about your twin flame journey, right? Because our Lovers is Adam and Eve and the snake, and then you've got the King of Cups, and you've got the balancing of the energies wanting to occur. But then we move it into the 4 of Cups, where it moves into a deeply contemplative state. Now, remember I just said Mars has moved into Scorpio, and what it's asking you to do is decide what you want to recommit to. What do you want to put your passions into? This is a reset energy. So essentially what should be showing up in your world is questions around choices, your free will decisions. And remember I talked about October 13th as being Vision Board Day. So locking in these energies now is really, really important as these eclipses come in and reset energy. Okay, so we're in the weekend of the solar eclipse, right? That ring of fire, it's hitting the reset button. But what we've got coming up on the 28th of October, right, is the defining moment. So what the work that you're doing over the next couple of weeks, where we're clearing out any power struggles, detoxing, relationship resets, all of that stuff, you're going to have the defining moment by the end of the month when the lunar eclipse comes in on October 28th, right? So this is the energy to really get serious with the divine, get into meditation, get into life reviews, clear out old energy, hit that reset button on anything that you want to shift and change and grow. Look at this, right? Look at this. Four of Wands comes in. There's our 1111 energy, which we love to see in a twin flame reading. And here are our happy twin flames moved into successful union. But what's happening to twin flames right now? An incredible amount of judgment, right? And one of the big things that we committed to when we're reviewing energy is making sure that we have Christ consciousness leading what we're doing, asking the divine all the time about the decisions that we're making, the choices that the way we treat each other, all those questions. We're putting these unions under a significant amount of judgment. Now, what I've got here, look at this. This is an energy of a sun, right? And this is a person on an ascension staircase, and they're walking past 8 cups. This is the window to leave behind any craps? Anything that doesn't work for you. So look, we're the first to admit the things that we've put each other through. Like, we've had to give each other clean slates more than once, right? Right? And so this energy has been really asking questions of what
We're
do you...
good at that, hey?
We go, okay.
Yeah.
What do you need a clean slate on? What do you need me?
Like our slates are that clean, we've watched them that many times.
you think we'd have it sorted? Yeah. But it's like every time we think we've got it sorted and we've got it locked down and we've got it down pat, another ascension window will come around. Yep. And away we go again.
And Mother trying to got something better for us to do, like,
I've got another level for you. Are you ready? And it does. It puts our connection in like a judgment space. And this is what's happening across the collective. And it's saying, what is it in your ascension? Like, is there something that your twin flame is mirroring back to you, right, that you've got to get a clean slate on? Because this 35-day eclipse season is the perfect time to clean it up. Look, we've got this big sun here. It says, I am doing my stuff for you now, divine feminine. Do your work on your ascension staircase. And look, you know, the energy I was feeling was like I really didn't want to be in an overtly emotional state. It was definitely a state of surrender, a state of trust, but it's going, what do I need to clean slate in order to bring a healthy foundation back around? To me, that's the energy, getting really, really judgy on what's in you, what's being mirrored back to you, and what you can clean up and bring to like frequency-wise, what can you bring into this energy to help balance it out? Like, that's the word. Clean slates, resets, balancing. That's where we're headed. Now, what we've got is the push from the universe. Look at this. Like, could the universe be any more generous if it tried? It wants us in 2 of Cups, divine feminine. It wants us sitting in the most harmonious version of love that it can offer. Is it asking us to understand our twin flame journey? Yes. Is it asking us to judge what harmonious looks like? Yes. But what it wants us to deliver us into is the most harmonious version of it. It's like that comfy slippers love, that honeymoon love, the stuff that makes you feel all swoony and happy and joyous, right? That's what it wants for us.
Mm-hmm. But you got to work, though.
We got to work.
You got to work.
What's the work? Here's the tower, right? Ooh. Like I was just saying, what do you have to knock over? What do you have to clean slate for somebody in order to sit in the frequency of union? So you're going to have to tear down ideals. You might have to change situations, change thoughts, change feelings, change processes. This is an energy of tearing down one version of life or one version of belief systems in favor of another. So if you're going to hold tight to, and look what's in the soul space, seriously, it's backtracking over the past, right? Backtracking with a fine-tooth comb over the past and going, what do I need to look at? What do I need to clean out of my past history? We can giggle because it's, you know, you can't even make this stuff up, right?
She went through that with a fine tooth comb.
But what I want to say is different, right? Is because I would always come to you and say, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Where am I getting it wrong? And you'd go, you're not doing anything wrong. And what was really interesting, what came out of this last little moving out of this space, was you actually gave me something to work with. You actually went, this is what I struggle with. This is where you were actually, and it wasn't an ego space or anything like that. It's going, here's what I need from you. And like, you've never offered that stuff up before. So it was a different conversation that came through.
Yeah.
Even though we were digging around in the past and there was some challenging stuff in there, essentially what we came out with was new information.
There wasn't anything that you were physically doing. It was just other, like, deeper stuff.
Deeper stuff, yeah. Which is twin flames all over, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Getting into the nitty gritty of.
Yeah, like that mother trucker didn't tell me. I read the contract. Mother trucker didn't. There was nothing about this much work in the contract.
It's been a journey. Well, this is it. Look at what the challenge is for the feminine. And in my last reading, it was feminine needs to open her heart, right? Needs to open the heart energy and be ready to receive again with a clean slate. And here the challenge is to come out of that hangman space and be, bring an open heart forward. But Spirit says, I need you to, again, that Mars in Scorpio energy is bringing your major passions forward and deciding what you want to commit to. For some twins, this will bring on communication, right? It will bring on communication. Now, don't fret. I say it a million times. If this doesn't bring a conversation from your twin in the 3D, what it will bring on is conversation in the 5D at the very least. Or it will bring in a mentor. What's so funny?
Because it's communication, man. Like, you motherfucker need to learn how to communicate. Oh, man, that was like hard for me.
Yeah.
Still hard for me, but
it's shifted, hey? Like, you can't even make it up, right? You can't even make it up.
Every for communication. Bro.
It brings it on. But we do want to say for some people who are fresh to the journey or still got some work to do, the communication or the action might be that you find someone who supports you in your journey, someone who supports you in your story. But for others, definitely, it will bring you twin back for communication. So be hopeful, keep your hearts open. We've got so many positive indicators that twins are going to move into the next phase where they reset their unions, reset their connections, and feminine comes out of living in limbo all the time and gets the conversations that she's dying for, right? But if your conversations are telepathic or if they're with someone supporting you, this is where we encourage you to keep doing your work. The separations are as important as the time together. All right, now this is going to be interesting. Can you help me draw a reading for Divine Masculine so we can see what the energy is?
Continue with your communication thing over there, man. I don't care whether you're the masculine or you're the feminine. If you ain't know how to talk, man, let's just say actions is a form of communication. So you'll understand that.
Yeah.
You might not know how to talk, but your actions will speak for you. So if you are stubborn and you run like me, I isolate. So that was like easy for me to do. I didn't want to talk, so I went and hide. But that showed a form of communication that wasn't right for our relationship.
It wasn't, and in reinforcing that, right? And I think this is something that Divine Feminine struggle with when they're in big separations. And one of the questions that often gets asked is, do you still care when you're in separation? Like, do you still love? Do you still have feelings? Are you still thinking about Divine Feminine?
We do. It's just that we don't express, we don't have a show it. But our form of communication by running and not communicating, that's still a form of communication. That also says that, like, we just don't show that we care. Yeah. It's just like
that you're not expressing
ignorant, selfish.
Because so many twin flame readings come out that divine masculine, right?
Yeah.
So many of them come out. It says divine masculine is doing his work.
Yeah.
He's learning, he's growing, he's evolving. He has feelings for you.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, there's something over the top of it that says he doesn't know how to tell you. He doesn't know how to bring it forward. He doesn't know what the action is.
And that's what I'm saying.
And you would say that, hey, it's like sometimes you literally don't know how to talk to me, so you don't.
Yeah. And like for me, I will hear everything you say, but I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I just say, I zone out, like, but I still hear what you're saying. But the thing is, every action is a form of communication. That's what I've had to learn what that means, and people have to understand what that means. Like, actions speak louder than words. I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah,
Now
but
I do.
you do. Yeah. And that isolating time was telling me a certain thing. It might not necessarily have been what you were thinking or feeling, but it was communicating something.
It was, So every time I ran and whatnot, that was still a form of communication, but it wasn't a healthy communication.
Yeah. All right, what have you got? Aha, King of Pentacles is coming out a lot for masculine at the moment. What have we got? Oh, and the Sun, beautiful. And Page of Pentacles. We've got the Knight of Wands. Yeah, again, it's the same story. It's the same story. Okay, keep going. Oh, I'll take them both. I like them. That's good. Can we get a bottom 6? 4, and 6. Nice. All right, what have we got? Okay. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Right? Divine. Look, literally, this is literally what we just said. Right? The energy is I am sitting over here, working away, learning and growing. I have a bunch. Look at that. Look at all these swords in my back. And can we be openly frank? Over the past 4 weeks, right? I didn't know what you were doing, but you were very busy. You were very...
I was learning and growing. I was...
very focused on your own personal journey. I had no idea. Yeah. So this is saying that you, like, divine masculine is very, very serious about the things that hurt him, the things that hold him down, the things that...
That was me.
That was you, fully.
I felt everything against the will.
Yeah.
Hated the will.
Yeah, and so what did you... Queen of Swords, ready to swing a sword and just there was no real ability to... I mean, Queen of Swords, like, it's the Ice Queen or the bitch card of tarot, right? And it was literally in our energy between us, like, we both really showed up this way. It's like there's just no healthy communication to be said. But the reason why you weren't communicating is because you're like going, I'm all about me right now. Yeah. I'm all about learning what I've got going on. Not that I don't care about you. I just can't communicate. I'm more what I'm working on. When I'm ready, I'll tell you what's going on, but not a second before. So that icy energy is like that, and like the Queen of Swords is not someone who doesn't feel. The Queen of Swords is someone who's been through a lot, right? And so just doesn't take any crap when she communicates, and it can come off icy or even, you know, like harsh, right?
Like, yeah, like I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to make it feel like I was like, it could be feel like attacking, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I could say something, but it could always be with a negative perspective, like
and
interpretation, and then it make it worse. That it's supposed to be like that. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's what's going on here. Look, I have a sort of truth, a sort of communication, and what I want is the strength. Not to make it confusing, right? Yeah. I want the strength to not have to juggle this energy. I mean, I'm looking at this over in the back. Here's life cruising along, right? And here's divine masculine juggling his truth, like going, I know I understand something, but I want to make sure that the way I show up is the best version of myself. Mm-hmm. And like, when you don't need strength if you don't have fear, right? So this is going, I have something to say. I'm pretty sure I know what I want to say. Cool. I'm a little bit scared to say it, and this energy of juggling back and forward is going, do I Do I stay? Do I go? Do I speak? Do I not speak? It's juggling. I mean, Two of Swords is juggling ideas, but to me, I'm picking that up around where this is because of this combo, because of the Ace of Swords and the Strength card. This is someone who has fear around communicating. Now, if this was a more powerful aspect, so if that one had sat there, I would say this person's just gone for it. But because we have this juggling energy, I get the feeling, it could be that ideal of like you get your phone out and you type a message, but then you second guess yourself and go, I don't think I'll send that. I'm not sure how it's going to be received. Yeah.
Then the other times I want to say something and I'll be like, nope,
not sure I want to do that.
Backtrack that one, erase, delete, do not send.
Yeah, so it's a genuine energy across the collective. Going, like it's not that I don't want to communicate. I'm finding the strength, I'm finding the courage, I'm finding the ability to do so, and I'm juggling between, what's right and what doesn't feel right. And I feel like my ships are sailing along on the ocean, and look how bumpy that water is. Like seriously, that's an emotional
one of the best
storm. It's a perfect storm.
One of the best skills I learned in the last 4 weeks when we went talking.
Yep.
Editing. I learned how to edit.
You learn how to edit. Yep. Well, look here. That's like I should just let you just do this reading.
I just learned how to edit. No. Yeah. I learned what to say, when not to say it, and how to say it, and everything else that comes with it.
Yeah. King of Pentacles, right? The King of Pentacles is that refined, is that sophisticated. Oh, yeah. King of Pentacles is somebody who can run an empire, right? Like financially, his physical world is sorted. And you've had some big changes on that front too. You've elevated, like with what you're doing for work and all those kinds of things. Those have shifted and elevated. Yeah. Like Divine Masculine is moving into more of his king energy than he's ever been in before. So, and the universe is.
Editing, I can edit it for you.
You can edit it all. So this is a much. It is the ability to say and do what you want to do to gain success. Because look at this. Now, look at that.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, so great.
I'm with what I say.
Yeah. And that's a building of self-esteem. Hey, like it's going, I'm stepping into the fullness of who I am, which is where we'll get to. But look at this in the 3D space. You've got the sun, so it's the most abundant card in tarot. And I really do feel like the Divine Masculine is waving the banner for the new energy that's coming upon them. That they're feeling stronger, they're feeling more alive. And this big yellow sun's really screaming at me. And see all this yellow across this top line? Yellow is the color of our solar plexus, so it sits in our self-esteem space. And again, look at it all, right? We've got a lot of yellow in this reading, so we're looking into that self-esteem energy. And what we're finding is Divine Masculine has become a student of the soul. Look at this. Page of Pentacles comes in and says, I am learning and I am growing. So this is a beautiful space to be in, because the universe says, I'm pushing you to be a king, and you're going, I'm ready to learn that. I'm really ready to learn what that's all about. My challenge, Knight of Wands, again, we sit in the lucky benefit that we are in the same space and we've done enough work for this not to be as much of a problem. But Divine Masculine is struggling with the ability to come forward. So this Knight of Wands energy would see him charge forward and tell you everything that he's learned. I think that energy is coming in, and some twins are going to experience this, but it's, if your twin's not coming in, it would just be a lack of courage. That's what I'm picking up. You've got the strength card here, juggling strength, and you've got a challenge to the courage here as well.
Let them talk, let them don't.
Give them a clean slate.
Like, let them talk without interruption. Listen to what they have to say.
You say I talk too much.
Or if they can say, if the masculine is scared to talk, but then if he talks, like, just listen without interruption.
Yeah.
And like try not to have a negative interpretation of it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we say things that might sound like it's negative.
Yep.
And then it's just going to be taken out of context.
Yeah.
Just.
We've had to fight hard with that, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is part of where the fear energy can come in.
Yeah, so
is going.
Let them talk without interruption and be able to not have negative interpretation. Maybe then they will learn how to talk a bit better.
Yeah.
Like, it took me
'Cause we're
ages.
mirrors,
It took me
right?
ages. Like,
Because we're mirrors
yeah,
of each
that's what I
other.
see, man. The one thing in the last 4 weeks I learned to do is edit, 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 edit.
Edit. Yeah, look at this again. Look, a death, right? It is a different energy that's come forward, right?
Yeah.
So what we've got, Spirit is advising clean slates, divine feminine, right? We know in the energy we've sat in that we've been hurt, we've been sad, we've been triggered, we've been alone, we've been abandoned, we've been through a bunch of really, really difficult energies. And we've felt for the longest time that the divine masculine did not understand. We knew how much love we had for them and they didn't understand it or reciprocate it, right? So what's coming in now is that like a death to the energy. So if your twin flame comes forward, right, if they find the courage to come forward and they bring this energy to you, the courage that like divine feminine has to have is to bring clean slates forward. So it's a death to the old way of being and an inviting in. See this here, an invitation to bring in a new version of love. So look, the Chariot is connections moving forward. The divine collective, the divine masculine collective has made a massive leap forward. Ace of Cups is divine love, self-love, and twin love, right? So what we've got here is divine masculine taking a really dedicated, fast-paced drive forward into a fresh new interpretation of these connections. They're moving forward at a rate of knots.
They
So
gotta learn how to love yourself first, the masculines.
they do.
They can't
They
just
do.
lead you without, like, if you don't know where you're leading yourself, don't go and lead someone
Don't
else.
try and lead someone else.
Like, bro, trust me, my bro. Like, bro, lead.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to lead. I couldn't lead myself.
And that's common in the collective, is that divine feminine goes first. And then something happens at some point, and I think where, like, everybody's going to be at different stages of the journey, but we are getting to that point where divine masculine is, like, the gap is closing.
But
Yeah.
then, like,
It's
the feminine,
that equilibrium. Yeah.
the feminine wants the masculine to be a leader, to lead. But you can't have a masculine that will lead you if he can't lead himself.
Exactly.
You gotta, like, let the bro grow.
Let the bro grow.
Let the bro grow. Let the bro stumble. Let the bro, but have the bro up.
And when he gets there, give him a clean slate.
That's right.
Right.
But trust me.
But if you're still in process, right, we are giving, the reason we wanted to give this reading today is just to reflect, right, how the energy has moved with us and, give insight to our journey. But we've been on this journey for a very long time. So if you're new to this journey and you're going, well, I haven't heard from my twin flame, he's not within Kui, how is this relevant to me? What it is that you will be ascending in the part of the journey that is relevant to you. So if your twin flame is not in connection and you've got this showing up, going, he should be talking to me, he should be charging forward with a fresh new offer of love, and he's not showing up, what I would be doing is what's recommended here and getting into meditation and figuring out the part of the journey that you are at, right? What is it that your twin flame is mirroring? Reality is going to be right 100% of the time. So if your twin's not in connection with you, there's a frequency within the connection that needs to be healed. So it's like, yes, this is a super positive read, and twins will be coming into union and starting the next parts of their journey, right? And like, we're open with the fact that the ascension continues. And wherever you are on your journey, apply this energy to the space that you're in. But know that your divine masculine is ascending. He is understanding more. He's moving more towards being a student of himself and a student of the mission. And the idea is that he's one step closer to making an offer that's more in line with how you want your twin flame connection to be.
Learn who you are, understand who you are, become who you are.
Yeah.
I'm learning. I'm still growing.
Yeah. See on this one, like I just want to pick it up again because here's your Two of Cups. This is where your twin flame connection is, right? And over here, here's your Ace of Cups, right? And I'll say it a million times, the fast track to union is knowledge. So here's what they're doing. They're going, well, here's this new cup of love that I want. Here's my twin flame connection. What am I doing about it? I'm asking the divine. The divine will be the thing that brings it in. But if you don't understand that frequency, it will always stay just out of reach. So the fast track is knowledge. And look what divine masculine is doing, is moving into more knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Righto. Should we go? What would divine masculine say if he could?
Yeah.
And then we'll do some oracle, and then we'll wrap it up. Let's have a look. What would divine masculine say if we could? And let's focus this really specifically on people who have not heard from their twins. Right? If you haven't had contact and you go, what would divine
let them go?
Stop.
No. Well, you can't. If he ain't ready to come talk, then just let him be.
You've got to focus on you.
Yeah. You gotta just
so what would he?
Like you let me you let me go, like Papa let me go.
To heal and grow.
To heal and grow, yeah. And
yeah,
if you
and you trust the journey.
If you ain't heard from him yet, but then we're gonna just let him keep doing what he's got to do. If you don't come back, then well, my bro.
There's still work to do.
We still just got to study ourselves and learn to grow and trust the process, and divine shall be the divine.
Yeah, put the divine at the head. All right, so what would he say if he could? Oh my gosh.
He would say,
you
I'm
could
a fairy
just,
dust.
No, you could just about do this. That's essentially what that energy is saying. Oh gosh, yeah, the Chariot as well. So what he's saying is, at the moment,
let him go.
You're not even funny. It is literally saying, it is. Look at this. It's got that space. Oh wow, yeah. Look, yeah. It's like, if I'm toxic, let me go. Look. The energy here is going that the 5D and the 3D are really becoming one, right? They are more entangled than they've ever been before, and there's people all over the planet waking up as 5D beings versus 3D. Now, this is affecting divine masculine heavily at the moment. So I believe what he'd say if he could is, I'm working really, really hard to embody my 5D self. I'm moving forward. But as yet, it doesn't feel like a truth to me, right? It doesn't feel like a truth. I don't know how to ground it. And it could be that they're getting lots of epiphanies, lots of visions. They could be seeing your name everywhere. They could be having your energy front up everywhere. But what they're going, I don't even know what the hell that is, right? And could feel like it's some level of torment that's coming against them, right? They could be having ascension symptoms like headaches. They could have the shakes. They could, their heart space could be fluttering. There could be a bunch of ascension symptoms.
Emotional.
To say it. Emotional damage.
Wow.
Here, yeah, it is literally saying, I'm on a journey. Like, here I am moving away from my troubles, trying to figure out what's going on, and it's put me in a whole bunch of friction figuring it out. But what I want you to know is, I'm doing my absolute best to embody those 5D energies in order to come forward, in order to move forward in my twin flame journey. So look, I do think across the collective, what we've got is I love that this came out first, but again, and I mean, you can speak to this too, as you've been ascending, like the energy's been hitting you hard, you've been tired, you've had sore ears.
Like, bro, that's like
you've had the shakes at times, and
like, man,
you had to go ground it out pretty seriously, hey?
Ground it out pretty seriously, and oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's been a lot.
Hardcore, like, man, too much at once.
It was a lot. Now this is an interesting one, right? Because you were saying that you were having these moments where you just felt angry and you couldn't actually explain why. There wasn't, and I go, well, what are you telling yourself? What are you thinking? And you're going, it's not even a thing. It's just an agitation. It was just feeling like an energy that was a struggle. And now, if we've got divine masculine, we're talking about ones who are deep in separation. Yeah. That level of anger would probably stop them communicating. Would you agree?
Yeah, hardcore. Like, that would be like, man, my one was like, I wanted to inflict harm on other people.
That's
Like, I'm not gonna
nasty.
lie, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. Like
Yeah, look, see this, see this? Yeah. It's like, how do I get out of my body because it feels like an agitation? So those ascension symptoms could be really, really intense, and they could be on some level wanting to exit the
yeah,
building.
like that's what I wanted to do. If I couldn't, I wanted to escape my body. But
Yeah.
the thing was, like, I knew I couldn't escape my body. Guess what I wanted to do? I wanted to inflict harm on others.
Look, I wanted to inflict harm. So
literally, like,
mm,
it was the only way I could think of that would make me feel
better. But get this, is like the closer you get to the blessing, again, the more the devil starts messing. So what we've got
if I could inflict harm on the devil, man, I would take that motherfucker on myself.
But what I'm trying to get at here, work with me.
I am.
Is that if we've got a divine masculine collective, right,
Uh-huh.
who have had en masse an ascension,
Yeah.
how much do you think it would inflame this energy?
Oh.
Right? It would
be so intense.
It would be so intense. And what it would bring on is a fight space. It would be a feeling like I want to move away from the drama of it. On some level, it doesn't feel like it's a truth. But what I want to say to you, Divine Feminine, is I'm working really, really hard to get to the next level.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like it's taking me somewhere, but there's a deep friction within me that is a real difficulty to move past.
It could be anything that, like, just, for me, it was like agitation and anger.
Yeah.
For others, it could be like, I don't know, sadness or depression or something.
Well, this could even take them into like third-party energies. It could be drugs, other people, any of the above. Mm-hmm. But and this, when you're in an ascension space that's designed to get you to grow, and it pushes you into a negative, on the other side of it is the awakening energy occurs. Not that I'm picking it up that way. I'm really, like, where I'm really sat with this is going, this is making someone angry and agitated because they are moving towards a better version of themselves. So the closer they get to it, it's like the closer to the blessing, the more the devil starts messing, which makes it difficult for them to really push into this energy, which is, again, now we're in this bit where they go, I have a truth, but I'm too scared to express it. So, look, it's going to keep some divine masculine out of communication, but not all. Not all. I fully predict that there will be unions under this energy, and then for those who aren't, it'll be an ascension journey. But we know in those ascension journeys that there's still love there. I don't
attract that energy, but if that mother trucker's there forward, man, I'm a...
You're ready to sort it out? All right. So, should we attract? Should we? I don't choose, I attract. Should we attract some divine oracle?
She's a hot man.
All right. Do you want to choose for? Who do you want to choose for?
Everyone.
You want to do them all, right? No. Choose me, Rika. Divine Feminine. What do you have for Divine Feminine?
Oh, sorry.
Oh. So what we have, shadow work. That's really interesting because what we've been, this was the baseline energy, and look what we had way down here is we had these, it wasn't there, was it? It was the advice card, shadows. So that's come through a couple of times in the energy. So I would suggest what's going to happen for Divine Feminine is that we're going to get we're going to get a lot of that idea of mirroring. So whatever your twin flame is showing to you now, whatever shadow work that you're diving into, because remember we're in a big reset energy, right? So that solar eclipse energy is asking us to hit the reset button. Then you've got Mars in Scorpio asking you to recommit to energies. Now what we want to know is that we've gotten through the shadow work energy. So if your twin is reflecting some serious stuff at you right now, it'll be on full display, right? It'll be on full display. It'll say, these are the things I need you to work through in this particular window in order to move us forward, right? Because it like Divine Feminine, we really need to get serious about what we want our next chapter to look like, because when that 8 year ticks over, it's going to hit with a force. Like, we're in the soul work this year. This is why we keep getting these shadow energies front. So we need to get very, very serious and make sure that we've got them sorted out, so that as we move into the next energy window, we're going to get the best of that energy that's available. Now, if you get past October 28 and you have not dealt with these things, expect your union not to front, right? Expect you and your twin to go into another round of ascension in order to eliminate these. So do your work now. I always say knowledge is power, and knowledge is the fast track to union. This is very, very important stuff.
Yep.
And like shadow work, it's when we're talking about the shadows, we're talking about what's in the subconscious. We're not talking like the light-hearted stuff. We're talking in the deep subconscious. Now, you've got to know that your thoughts send stuff out, your feelings bring it back. Now, if you've got stuff in your deep subconscious that is emanating a frequency, then it is going to keep you out of coherence with your connection. We need to do this shadow work in order for our hearts, our minds, and souls, everything for that coherence to occur, because that coherence is what brings your twin forward, and the shadow work is what exposes it. They'll be your mirror. They'll show you where the pain point is, and then you get to work on what you hold in your subconscious in order to clear it out. Divine masculine. This is an interesting energy. Prayer. I really, really like this, because when we're in this space, what we're doing is we're communing with the divine. Now, what we've found out of this last energy window is how important it has been, excuse me, to get into those spaces, right? Into those quiet spaces, and to be prayer is the most powerful manifestation process that I know of, right? And I don't belong to a church or any of the above, but the Bible's the coolest book out, right? And it teaches us that prayer is the process, the vehicle with which God answers you and delivers you into your truth. Now, I just talked about a level of coherence that we need to understand. Now, if you don't understand what the power of prayer is, divine masculine, you won't know what manifesting is all about. Prayer, when done properly, brings you into the truth of your existence. It gives you protection from the evil things in this world, and it delivers you into your destiny, right? Prayer and understanding the divine is it's what threads the needle to stitch your fabric together, right? It's I can't express enough how important prayer and meditation and those healing processes are. And it looks like divine masculine, you are in it up to your eyeballs, and this is why this is coming at you. The harder you chase this, the more. And I find that interesting, because I do remember, like, and we talked about this, is that you openly prayed, like you openly expressed what you were chasing. Openly expressed right before this separation occurred. You were very open with what was going on with your prayer life.
Yeah.
And then this comes after us and goes, I'm going to put, you're
gap in between you two.
Yeah, God came after you, so did the devil, and you did the work. Power to you. You did the work, and here we are.
And like I said, I don't want to attract this sort of energy, but if that mother trucker want to step up tonight, I was
settle down.
I'm going to inflict what I want to do.
But we this energy is still present, right? Clearly,
I'm attracting positivity.
Clearly, this friction energy is still available, and we're working through it.
Because I don't need that sort of negativity in my life right now.
You really don't. And the answer, the key, is with prayer and communion with the divine. Now look here, this is another really, really powerful energy, right? Souls collide. Now, when twin flames come together, every time they come together, every time they're in physical presence of each other, what happens is the DNA codes within the other line up, right? So when you go through spaces of separation and you manage to reconcile what the last collision lit up, so to speak, right? Mm-hmm. So there'll be, molecules and particles and everything colliding with each other and lighting up,
damage.
bringing the next version of that forward. But what this is speaking about is that when you come into connection and this is a very physical space, is when you are in each other's vicinity, that this soul collides energy is waking up DNA codes within you, and it's going to open up the next ascension window. So this is a really, really powerful space that we're in. And for those twins who are getting to enjoy each other's company, just know what it's doing is it's helping the whole collective. It's part of the mission. When you two come into the vicinity of each other, what you're doing is creating a whole nother energy bubble, right? You're creating a whole nother energy sphere because more of your light codes are lighting up and your mission is becoming more apparent. So this souls collide energy is really important. And I believe what Spirit is telling us is that Divine Feminine is doing all her preparation work. Divine Masculine is doing all his preparation work. And we have unions coming online, twins coming back into each other's company to light up this planet. But again, if this is not you, all it says is that what's happening for you is happening on the 5D. And the more twins that come into union, the more it's helping you come into union. So we're going to cheer on these twins that are coming into each other's company in order to lift the whole collective. Oh, that's a reading. That's been a cracker.
Sister.
Amen, brother. So thank you for joining us for a reading and giving us your reflections. I do love it when you join in and tell us what's going on the masculine side.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me back on your show.
You're very welcome.
And just to everyone, if you don't understand what was said in some parts, feel free to leave a comment, ask a question, and shadow with me.
Get into it.
Get into it.
Yeah. So
it's all that nitty gritty stuff.
Get into the depths.
Be prepared to be uncomfortable.
Yes.
Get uncomfortable.
Get uncomfortable because in that space,
you're gonna grow, my bro.
That's how you're going to grow. That's how you're going to move forward into that next energy window. And look, when you do, look what we've got. We've got all of this forward momentum. So look, from the depths of my heart and soul, twins are coming into union. There will be a big rush of twins coming into union after this eclipse window. I hope it's your union. And then don't think the journey ends there. We'll be riding it with you as you move into your ascension unions, and we'll be there to help and support. But for today, I think we're just about to wrap this one up. What do you think?
Yeah, man. Don't ride your wave.
So I'm going to say, in faith, hope, and love, it's bye from us for now.
Bye.